What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be bringing you another haircut tutorial on my man Oli here. This guy is the shop owner and a big inspiration to me in the barber industry. Let's get this thing started. Alright, so for Oli's haircut today, we're going to be doing a mid fade and a crop top. And just like I would with any fade, I'm going to go ahead and start with my bald guideline. And considering he's getting a mid fade, we're going to start in the middle of his head and bring it straight back. You are going to see a slight curve into this, and this is only because I'm trying to go with the contour of his head. Now that I'm done balding out the bottom of that guideline with my trimmers, I'm going to come back at it with the Bronze Series 9 shavers, and what this does is that it balds out the bottom just a little bit more, making the bottom of my fade skin smooth and allowing the deepest amount of gradiency in my fade. Normally this is the part where I'd begin fading, but since his hair is long on the sides, I'm going to remove some bulk by using my number 2 guard on my Babyliss Volair V2s, and I'm going to go ahead and let the clipper roll off his head to create some shape. Once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and clipper over comb the top of that to remove some bulk and continue the shape that I'm trying to create on his hair. Now that the sides are at a reasonable length that I can work with, I'm going to go ahead and open up my Rose FXs here, and I'm going to create a guideline about 1 inch up. Now with the clipper halfway open, I'm going to go up halfway on the layer that I've created. Coming back with my clipper all the way closed, I'm going to go ahead and knock out that bottom line, completing the transition from bald up until that top guideline. So at this point, I've already completed my fade on that first section, but I'm going to go back over it one more time, double checking my work and messing with the lever, making the fade as seamless as possible. Once that section's complete, I'm going to go ahead and take my number 1 guard and open up my clipper all the way and create another guideline. And now, still with my number 1 guard, I'm going to close the clipper up all the way and work at that bottom line. Now this isn't going to completely get rid of that bottom line. All this is going to do is help you when you fade with your half guard. And just as I said, we're going to put the half guard on and complete the fade. So now that I finished the fade up until this point, I'm going to clipper over comb any long hairs on the side to complete the transition between bald to the length of hair on top. Now that the fade is fully complete, I'm going to go back and detail my work using my blending shears. All I'm really doing during this step is just pinpointing any dark spots and going over them with my shears. Now you don't have to worry about creating new lines, but because these are blending shears, they will not cut enough to create a new line. They will keep the length that it currently is, just remove a little bit of the bulk. Now I'm just going to repeat all the same steps on this side. Now that I'm completely done fading the sides of the hair, it's time to start working on the top. Now anytime I'm working with scissors on longer hair, I like to saturate it in water, giving me better control of the hair and making for smoother cuts. So the first thing I want to do when creating the shape of my crop top is I want to comb out a section of the hair in front, and I'm going to be using this to set the length for the rest of the entire haircut. Got the front part of his hair sectioned out. You want to trim down a little bit and setting the length for the entire top and bring that all the way through. So here you'll see me going up parallel to the hair and just point cutting. This is because I don't want it to look like a comb down edge up. I want it to blend in with the top of the hair, so I do want it to have some texture. So now I'm going to create another section and repeat the exact same steps to that one. So now that I'm done creating the length of hair that I want in the front, I want to go ahead and section the hair and bring that length from the front all the way through to the back. Now this is going to create a stationary guideline that I will use later to make sure that all the hair on top is evenly cut. So here I'm showing you guys the length of hair in front, and all the hairs behind that are the longer hairs that I want to cut. That is how I'm going to bring this length all the way back in a round shape. So now while I'm combing his hair up, you can see the shorter length of hair towards the point of my fingers, and all I'm going to do is bring that length all the way through to that side. Now we just repeat all those steps on this side. Now I'm going to be using a technique called point cutting. This is going to keep the same length of hair on top, but it's going to add some texture. So what I do here is I'm going to comb it up and give myself about an inch and a half, maybe even 2 inches of space to work with. And I'm going to cut using my scissors parallel to the hair. Simple as it is, you want to make sure that you comb his hair down so it's prepped for the next part. So during this step right here, you want to run your scissors through an angle through his hair, and you don't want to close them up all the way. You want to use just the back end of your scissors. This will create texture while maintaining the same length of hair on top. I'm going to comb the front of his hair down one more time, and I'm going to cut any longer hairs that I see with my scissors. And the reason why I'm using my scissors and not my trimmer is because I don't want to create any hard lines. I wanted to give it a soft look so it doesn't look unnatural compared to the texture on top. Now I'm just going to line up his vertical bars and prep him for the enhancement. So now I'm just going to go ahead and apply my enhancement using my airbrush and Tomb 45 no drip. So I noticed that I put a little too much there, so I'm going to wipe it out with some alcohol and apply it again. Now I'm just going to quickly blow dry his hair, not using any special combs. I just need it to be dry and laid down the right way. So after I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my styling powder. This is the Slick Gorilla styling powder, and I'm going to apply a generous amount and make sure that I'm spreading it through his hair. Next, I'm going to spray a light amount of hairspray in his hair and lock in the texture that I want using my styling comb. Now I'm not going to get into too much detail for this part, but all I'm doing is fading in the beard and doing a quick line on the back and the front of his beard. Next, I'm going to frame out all his sharp edges using my barber pencil here, giving it that highlighter look. there you have it. This is the finished product right here. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys learned something. Like, comment, subscribe. I got more coming.